Hey everybody, and welcome to the first ever couples Q&A on the channel. Camille and I recently went on a trip. We rented a little cabin on the Nehalem River. Originally we were supposed to record this at the cabin. I overestimated the amount of free time we were going to have, so we just never ended up getting around to it. But I asked you all for questions for both Camille and I. Camille's usually not on the channel too often, so I thought you guys would be able to come up with some interesting questions to ask her. So let's just jump into it. I've seen the questions come in. You haven't seen them at all.
Yeah. I saw one question and it's so silly, but I'm like freaking out about it. I'll tell you when we get there.
Oh. First question comes from John Salinas, and he said, "So happy for y'all. Have fun. Have you tried doing intermittent fasting as a couple? Do you enjoy the same meals? One pickier than the other?" Not talking about pickles, lol. Does she mind being married to a YouTube celebrity? And the most important question, where's Wolfie staying while you guys are away? Alright, so I'm going to unpack this. There's a few questions in there. When you intermittent fast, do you do it together? Not really. Camille doesn't really follow intermittent fasting.
I mean, to a reasonable extent. I mean, I don't know if...
Yeah. Not on purpose.
Yeah, not on purpose. Yeah. But, I mean, we're usually in bed at 9:30. I usually don't get out of bed until about 8:30. And I probably eat my first meal at 9:30. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm intermittent fasting and it's just by accident.
No, that's just called sleeping for 11 hours.
I need my sleep.
Yeah. So Camille doesn't do intermittent fasting. I do though, and I love it. So we do not IF as a couple. Do you enjoy the same meals? There's one pickier than the other. I'm definitely the picky one. Absolutely. We do enjoy a lot of the same meals though, but Camille likes a bunch of stuff that I don't.
I like a lot of veggies. I like a lot of different food, and Josh.
And Wolfie actually stayed here. He knew where his cameo was. Wolfie actually stayed here at our apartment. We found a cat sitter, so someone stopped by and fed him and played with him and took care of him. He did good. We have a little security camera. We spy on him when we're gone because we're obsessed. Do you mind being married to a YouTube celebrity?
I think it's funny. I think it's funny that our friend group, people that I know that watch Josh's channel, I think it's entertaining that they talk to me about Josh's channel and are like, oh my gosh, especially my dad. Yeah. My dad, oh, hi dad, love you. I know he's watching this.
Yeah,
he
especially if Camille's in it.
Yes, but he watches every single video of Josh's. He's like his number one fan. I don't know. I don't mind it. It's fine. It's his thing.
All right. Next question comes from Last Call. All the people that left comments, you guys are always the people that leave comments all the time. Thank you so much for that.
And you know what? Josh talks about it too. Like he tells me, yeah, this is the guy that leaves comments or this person that does. So
it's all basically, I'm just looking at the list of questions right now. It's mostly all the people that always comment. So thank you.
He remembers.
All right. So Last Call says, question for both of you. What's your favorite song right now? Favorite Ninja Turtle, hero, or villain? And one superpower, your choice. So favorite song right now?
Oh gosh, see I think I saw this question, the beginning of it, and it's, ever since, I just love music. Ever since I was a kid, I can never pick a favorite song, a favorite band.
Yeah, I could pick like top 5 for each genre.
Yeah.
Like top 5 artists. It's not really a favorite song, but very recently, so I just binge watched all of season 2 of 13 Reasons Why, so I've been on a big like dream pop, like shoegaze, like sullen, like indie music kick lately. The last song that I've been hitting, when This Is America came out, I mean that was like a month or 2 ago, but I listened to that song probably like 40 times in a couple of days after it came out. Camille listens to a lot of Post Malone. The new album came out.
I do. Off of the old album, that song Deja Vu. Oh, love that song.
Alright, so favorite Ninja Turtle, hero or villain? I used to be the biggest fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, like TMNT 2 Secret of the Ooze. When I was a kid, who's the Red? Whoever the Red was always my favorite when I was a kid. I think that's like was it Raphael is the Red?
I think so. I don't know. I grew up with 2 older brothers that loved the Ninja Turtles, but I think it was just slightly before my time. But when I was in the womb, my brothers, if I was a boy, my brothers were gonna name me, well, asked my mom to name me Michael from Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles. So I don't know. I don't really watch the Ninja Turtles, but I'd say Michelangelo because why not?
And superpower.
Fly. Fly.
Is manipulating time, is that too broad?
Like stop, reverse, and go forward?
Do you remember the early 2000s Nickelodeon movie Clock Stoppers?
Yeah.
What if you had the power
Hey, Francesca!
No way to stop the clock?
That'd be great. I can like stop for a week and hang out and then resume.
Oh, wait.
That'd give me more time. That's basically what I'm getting at. Or if I could time travel. I would be very happy with either of those, but ideally if that's all grouped into being able to manipulate time as a whole. Like basically like Doctor Who. Alright, Razorback Pulp asks, do you work out on vacation? I do, but I don't make it a priority. What is one vice that you both indulge in during a trip? If you could both go on a trip anywhere, describe the setting. Do you work out on vacation? I don't. I usually use that as scheduled in rest time. You know, usually if you're working out indefinitely, like 5-6 days a week, you want to take deload weeks. I do walk around though, like any vacation, if I get like less than 10 miles in, like we're pretty much just walking around all day exploring places. So
that's one
like
thing.
I'm not working out, but I probably clock like 20,000 steps on a vacation day. So what do we both indulge in on a trip? I'd just say food in general. I try and keep an eye on my portions, but I usually just get whatever I want. That still ends up usually being a pretty reasonable calorie day anyway, just because I don't eat that much anymore. If you could both go on a trip anywhere, describe the setting. That is tough because there's like a dozen places I really want to go right now. We've been talking about going to Costa Rica.
Somewhere warm, that's tropical.
I was looking at Airbnbs in Costa Rica. You can rent like a mansion for like $50 a night. Probably won't be until next year. Trying to save some cash right now.
Remember, we were looking at that video. I want to go to Morocco now.
Yeah,
that
was
really
another one
cool.
that looked
We were
really
just
cool.
watching a YouTube video
Portugal
about
was another
Portugal.
one. I want to go to rural China.
Yeah.
Like there's a picture I always see, these mountains that are really like cylinder shaped almost. That looks incredible. I'd love to go hike around there.
Have some
but yeah,
tea.
I don't know, there's like a billion places I want to go. So. Alright, next question. Are you or have you both been following a diet together? If not, has it been difficult for one or both of you? Camille and I have always, especially with me trying to lose weight for so many years, we've always kind of separated our dieting. I mean, she would eat the same foods as me when I was dieting in solidarity for like our dinners or anything, but a lot of, like I usually work long days, so I prep a lot of my food and I take it to work and I eat at work a lot of times, so kind of separate or together depending on, if we're together we'll usually eat the same thing even if one of us is dieting. But yeah, good question.
Yeah.
Alright, next question's from Derek Peter. Yes, you've been living in Portland for a while now. How do you like it today?
I really like Portland. When I think of it just as a town alone, I really enjoy Portland. I like the lifestyle that we have here, opportunities here. I love it. I love the Pacific Northwest. I wish my family would move here.
Yeah.
I think that's my only hang up with it is that when I'm with my family, I'm my happiest. So.
Yeah, that's the only tough part. I agree with everything she said. You know, other than being away from our family and friends, everything is just about as perfect here as you could get it. And next question, Westfield 90. Just want to say enjoy your vacation and thank you for the continued motivation, inspiration, and knowledge.
Aww.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for watching.
That's so sweet.
And yeah, I'm always happy to make this stuff, and it's just cool that anyone actually cares and wants to watch, so thank you. Alright, next question's from Eric Grayson. What'd your wife think once you bulked up after the weight loss? I don't know, you guys, I mean, I've got a little bit of muscle on me compared to post-weight loss, but I'm still a pretty lanky guy. But
yeah, he just looks like a different person. As long as he feels good.
Yeah.
I think he looks good.
All right, next question. BC Morton 25. How fun for you guys. I'd love to know where you're staying. We're in Hillsboro, here in Oregon. Love doing off-the-grid trip with the family. Been here a year, so not too sure where to stay. Good sharing the vid. Speaking of that, if you guys saw last week Friday, I posted a video called Nehalem. That was the whole, I should have mentioned this earlier. That was a little video I did about the whole trip. So if you haven't watched that, I know not very many people watch the non-weight loss videos, but I was super proud of it if you want to go watch it and see what the trip was like. But no, definitely will tell you where it is. It was right off the Nehalem River. We sold our cars when we moved here, and we've only been here 2 years, so we're just a little bit ahead of you. It was off Highway 26 between Portland and the coast. So really like less than an hour away to be like way in the boonies. But yeah, I'll send you a link if you want to just leave me a comment or send me an email or something. The place was awesome. I definitely recommend it.
It was so cool.
All right, next question's from Gray. For Camille, is Josh easy to live with? What drives you nuts and what do you love about him?
Oh, brother. Yeah, I mean, he's my husband. Everybody has their quirks, so...
Oh, that's not very juicy.
Do you want me to get real? I'll get real. Josh has a weird OCD thing. He's very clean. You're very clean. If you, he has a place for everything, which is great. That's awesome. I don't live my life that way. And I think we probably feel the same about each other, but in the opposite direction. He's so neat and so tidy and things he needs them a certain way.
Very orderly.
And yes, very orderly. And then I'm the opposite where I'm just I know it's kind of in this area. He's easy enough to live with, but...
Alright, so that's what drives you nuts.
Yeah.
Now you gotta balance that out.
And what do I love
What do you
about
love
you?
about me?
I like that you're funny. That's one thing is that Josh can laugh at pretty much any situation, find something to laugh at in any situation. Whether I think it's annoying or whatever type of situation it is, Josh will somehow try to find a way to twist it and find humor in it. He listens. This guy, I can never say he doesn't listen to me. I can say one thing in passing and you'll remember it, but I'm not saying in a vengeful way. You always listen to what I'm saying.
I listen to you better than you listen to you.
It's true. It's so true.
Alright, next question. John Gardner. I'm trying to create a new lasting habit of not snacking after dinner. Generally, it's the only time I have difficulty not eating when I'm not hungry. Perhaps it is the end of the day when I'm the weakest or when I'm home surrounded by temptation or changing the habit of evening snacking that goes into my childhood. I don't binge, but I nibble, bite, and sample my way to 300 to 750 calories some nights. Any ideas? Definitely a common one. Camille and I both go through that from time to time. We'll nighttime snack too much. The first thing I would do, if you're able to, I don't know who you're living with, family, spouse, or anything, if you're able to, if there are any trigger foods where if you have those around and you eat them, you're gonna eat 1,000 calories worth, honey roasted peanuts is that for me. They're delicious and they're not that bad for you really, but I can't have one serving of honey roasted peanuts is 2 bites and that just is stupid. So if I'm not eating 4 servings of them, I would rather just not have them around. Next step, I would make sure you're eating enough in your regular meals. You can pull so many calories from your meals to be able to have these snacks. It can make your meals a lot less fulfilling. So maybe try and have a little bit of a bigger dinner. I know you said it was mainly just snacking, even though you're not really hungry, but a bigger dinner might make you snack a little bit less. And then also maybe pushing your dinner back an hour or 2 from when you normally eat. I would test that, and then the rounding back to the other point about eliminating the trigger foods, try and replace those with lower calorie snacks. Talked about this before, baby carrots are always a go-to, little to no calorie snack that I use. You can eat literally an entire bag of baby carrots is like 120 calories or something. So get low calorie foods to replace those with, and you can snack and mindlessly chew on something. So I would try any of those number of things. All right, next question comes from Dana Blauen, and he says, enjoy the trip, guys. How do you balance work and BFL and still stay focused on maintaining a solid diet and nutrition plan? I'll let you know when I get there. You know, and not specifically about diet and nutrition. I have a tough time balancing sometimes. I work on the YouTube channel or my other job pretty much all the time. So always trying to work on that balance. It is tough though. You know, I've made a few compromises to my nutrition here and there in the effort of giving myself that much more like energy and willpower to do other things. If I'm really busy or I'm having a really tough time or I'm just like exhausted, I might let myself have a few extra calories that day, or just because I know it's going to give me that much more energy. You know, I don't want to waste my willpower on that if I'm really deep into something that in, you know, my current day is more important to me, which might not be the best answer, but you know, it's honest. But yeah, in general, I think just planning and preparation though. I still diligently prep all of my food no matter what, because the prepping and taking the time for the prepping saves me time throughout the week anyway, so people think it's this whole big commitment to meal prep. It'll save you time if you figure out quick meals that you like. So planning, preparation, and then also kind of giving in a little bit. Next question comes from Valerie Patrick Quinn. And this one was actually posted a couple of months ago, but it fell through the cracks. I think it was after the last Q&A, but before this one. So it might sound like a silly question, but what the heck, I should ask. Started using the Zero app you shared. And talking to others, I got conflicting feedback. Interested to know what you do. When you do the fasting, are we talking both food and beverage or just food? Good question. Generally, I like to follow just nothing with calories. So I definitely will have drinks, definitely water, and then I allow myself to have any drinks like coffee or tea. Anything without any calories is fair game. That's kind of how I do it. Then second follow-up question, Valerie asks, how long are your typical weightlifting workouts versus cardio? Nowadays, again, like we talked about with the snacking, I'm sometimes pulling and busy, so my workouts now, I mean, they might be 15 minutes, they might be 30 minutes, and I'm not really doing any sort of cardio right now because I walk to work. I generally will clock about 8 to 10,000 steps in a given day, not doing any cardio, and since I'm not losing weight, I'm not. But during my weight loss, it was a pretty 50-50 split. It depended a lot on where I was at. You know, as you need to adjust your calories, you might need to adjust the amount of cardio you do. But typically, I usually will do weightlifting 25 to 30 minutes is a pretty normal session. And then if I need it, it'll probably be another 20 to 30 minutes of cardio afterwards. But that just varies depending. Well, that is all the questions, everybody. Thank you all for such awesome questions.
Yeah, that was awesome.
This was cool. I hope you guys had fun with Camille on here. This is probably the most you've heard her talk.
I know.
Like,
I'm chatty. I can talk a lot too.
You're usually, I don't think you guys realize, like, you hear most of my talking for the week. Like, that walk with me, that's more talking than I'm going to do the rest of that day, unless I'm working. But yeah,
that's the funny part. The two people in the relationship, he's the one who talks the most on the internet, and me, I'm the one who talks the most in a year. I will talk your ear off. I talk a lot.
I think that's what's different with the YouTube stuff for me. Like, I love helping people, and I love making videos. Generally don't want to be the sole center of attention. But yeah, so I know Camille usually talks a lot in vlogs, though.
Yeah, get a couple drinks at me and I'll talk your ear.
But yeah, I hope you guys had fun having Camille here.
This was so fun.
Make sure, if you enjoyed this, if you want to see more Q&As with Camille in them, Leave a comment down below, like the video, let me know that you enjoyed this, and be sure to subscribe if you're not already. I put out new videos every Monday and Friday. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys all later. Have a good one.
Bye.